update. So, speaking to a wrestling soul radio had to state, Agent of Lanzawani has talks to WWE, WWE the Bloodline at independent events. So I got this meeting, standing quote. So Agent of so also Lanzawani it talks to WWE to bring release and set a line at independent events. He said, Agent of Lanzawani says the injuries also lead to a missed opportunity at WWE. If WWE has announced it was had signed Lanzawani back in November of last year of 2024. Agent but he was to bring release back in October was it after having a no wasn't a match while under contract during a recent interview. He said, Agent with Muscle Man unless Wally said wasn't that a back to back injuries doesn't lead to him bring a release with 2 years left on his contract. He said, I still had all 2 years on my contract, and he said, I found out I forget the day because from that moment on, I knew it was right back to the grind, and as Ronnie said on the show, he said, I wasn't blessed to the deal. I was happy to be there. Alone at a lot for the injuries and wanted on my side. He said, Agent of Lanzarote has to explain that after he saw a sports in his first week as a duty of performance center, and then he turned his solo just 3 weeks after being clear to return. He was clear again back in September, but I just said the company has to release him the following months. He said, I think the injuries is what cost me everything. I cost the company more money about, and yet what I was making with them, I was one of the old ones. And just back to back injuries, I had a sports headed in my first week in the PC. I know I just read on the internet and that was hurt going in. No, I got hurt in a performance center. He said, and then I got clear for 3 weeks and then turned my soul right after that. And then I got clear at the end of September and then to release back in October. Agent of Lesson wanted to continue to say that his family, including his father, is SAMU 52, was upset with Jake Long, and he had been released from his contract. So my family was very upset, spoken my dad, but honestly, I knew it was they knew I didn't get the opportunity, and they knew I could have been up there. He said, I could have been one of the top guys. I could have been with Solo. I could have been with Roman Reigns. I could have been wherever you says put me in that spot. I could have win with it. He said, I think he continued by saying that he plans on carrying on the Bloodline on the independent scene. I think with an ovals from his family. He said, I'm just going to keep going and carry the Bloodline on the independent scene. And we got Sonya 5-2, Sonya 5-2, and we are right there. Now I get and could be in the same building and one with the boys. Agent of Lanzarote wrestled his first match in over 15 months. Recorded and he worked back-to-back nights in under Susie for Italian Championship Wrestling and Pro Wrestling, starting on November 15th and 16th. After his full interview with Muslim Man in his email below. So, at this time. So, after Lanzarote has to explain about to bring his beliefs back in last year. After Lanzarote told about that, I want to wrestle with my boys like Solo Sokoa or Roman Reigns. And Lanzarote has to part of this Sublime group. He was at a performance center about 3 weeks. After he said about 2 independent events, he told, I want to be with top guys like Solo Sokoa, Roman Reigns, and he hasn't wrestled since at a performance center at this time. So, do you think Liz Owani should be to independent scene? So independent scene with the Bloodline. So let us know what you guys think about your thoughts about Liz Owani had to bring release. He wants to talks this out to his full interview. So, as being said, after his full interview with Ms. Owani, he told about his full interview. After he said about last chapter, he said, speaking of Ms. Owani, about a performance center, I think, give me 1 second here. Hold on. Give me 1 second here, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on, give me 1 minute here, guys. Hold on. Okay, so I'm here about that. Here, give me 1 second. So, no, it's not it. Hold on. I messed it up here. So, he said, Mr. Warning's intimately to his WWE has a proposal. He discussed bring one of the old trainers as a performance center. And was also a hidden solo tour and normally bring release back in October after receiving medical clearances back in September after sources told. So that's what he said on his full interview. So wasn't Andrews going his release from MFW last year? Doesn't want to continue his his family legacy with WWE his recent appearance in NXT until alongside the a performance center talents hosted by a Muslim man Malcolm on November 7th has to perform his signing with WWE this past summer. So I think he might say about that. I think about his release. This is what he said about at this time. So and don't forget to select a squad about Liz Awani has to explain his full interview. So and don't forget to select a squad in this video. But by this time, peace.